Hi guys, it's Nancy from Tea and Treasures. Well, it has been a long time since I have been on here, but I thought it was about time for me to come back and reach out, reconnect, and let you know what's been going on and where I am right now, what I'm doing. So I discovered that this should be episode number 22. It's been almost 2 years to the day that I last posted. And that was at the end of 2023, 2024. Long time ago. So I sat down and I thought about it and thought, you might want to know why I haven't been on. So I've written up a timeline here, brief timeline, so that I can go through it and tell you what was going on, because I had a lot of things happen. First off, and probably one of the most important things, was January 2nd, 2024. My sister-in-law, Sue Ellen, fell and died overnight. My brother worked early hours, and he was asleep. He did not hear her, so he found her the next morning, which was really bad. But she lasted a little while, but died that same day, which was 2 days before her 77th birthday. So that weighed heavy. For a long time. And, I was worried about him, what was going on, what he was going through. And just wanted to make sure everything was okay. So then, in February, I found a new house. I wasn't planning on moving. I hadn't even considered it, really. The year before, I had, technically, I've been watching this house we're in for over 10 years. It was on the corner of the street that we lived on previously, right down the hill. So I would drive by it all the time. I would see it. I loved it. I loved the feel of it, everything about it. But it was owned by a man who, he had lived here for a long time. He and his wife and the 2 kids raised them here. But she died, and he really just kind of quit living. The house became a hoarder's house, and there was massive renovations that had to be done. And while I was willing to try to take that on, at my age, I really shouldn't be doing stuff like that. And Sue Ellen and my brother Eddie, they, advised me not to do it, not to take it. So I didn't. And a month after she died, it came up for sale again. And it had been rehabbed. And it was at a price that was easy for me to manage. So I did it. I decided to go ahead and buy it. My house, that meant I had to get my house ready and sell it. But because the owner wanted such a quick move on this, the rehab agent, we couldn't go by the normal process. So my realtor, bless his heart, he set up a foundation so that he could buy my house, rehab it, front me the money to buy this house, and then, allow me to move in here while he finished over there and then sold it and give me the difference on the profits, it went like clockwork, just worked perfect. So we moved in here in March of 2024, and the next couple months I had yard work done because they had let it go, and they had the people before us had, because there was people between the old man and me that were here living while they were rehabbing, and they just tore everything out, you know. And the woman that lived here was really a plants person, and she had tons of beautiful, gorgeous flowers everywhere. They're all gone. So I'm trying to recreate those flower beds and get those going again. But I also had the bathroom, one of the bathrooms redone, because we only had a bath and a half, and there were 4 of us. So there was no way we were all going to be able to get up and shower and get ready for work at the same time. So I had a bath in the back here, had a shower added to it, revamped the kitchen just a tiny bit in that, and it's set up now so that I have a bedroom on one end of the house, and then they have their bedrooms, bathroom, and a living room on the other end of the house. So it's made it real nice for us, you know, very easy to work with. So, you know, really my focus has been on the house for the next few months. Then in September, I decided I wanted to do something different. And I don't know if you know, but I read tarot cards. And I was trying to think of something I could do to bring in just a little bit extra money. And so I joined this site. They reached out to me from the UK. I joined them and I started reading with them, having pretty good luck with them. But after about 3 months, I was done. They started adding on different requirements that I needed to meet, and, you know, things that I couldn't do while I was still employed full time. So I left there. Then in December, I have hearing loss, and I'd been talking to my doctor about it, and she, you know, wasn't too concerned, wasn't worried about it. So I decided to kind of push it and ask her to send me to an ENT. And they discovered that I've got a 20% loss in my left ear and a 50% loss in my right ear. All my upper ranges are affected. I can hear lower range real well, but the upper range is what I've lost. So unfortunately, he wanted me to go do an MRI, and I tried 3 times and I just can't do that. So, because he saw something on the outside of the ear canal here, and he wanted to look at it better through the MRI. So I don't know what else to do now, because I can't do an MRI. And I tried to do that for the next 3 months, 4 months to get that done. In February 2025, I asked my doctor to do an additional screening in my blood to check for arthritis. And as it turned out, yes, I have arthritis in my fingers and in my feet. And they sent me to an AR doctor, and I don't have just one type of arthritis. I've got a blend that I have. I hope you can't hear those dogs, but I've got a blend of symptoms from 4 different kinds. So that's made it kind of difficult. She put me on some medication to help with the joints, but there's really nothing is can be repaired or reversed. So I just kind of have to live with it. So, I mean, that's not too bad. Right now, I only have 2 medications, one for thyroid and one for my joints. So I'm happy with that. Happy with that. Now, about this time, I decided that I was going to retire. I had really, had enough, and I was ready to go. So I started planning everything out, what I needed to do. I've reached out to different people, and I had decided January 2026 was when I was going to retire. So, I got all those plans going. April of 2025, my cat Sunny died unexpectedly. He just got sick, it seemed like overnight, and boom, he was gone. So that poor baby. I expected the other cat to go first because he was older. Sunny was only about, I think, 12. And KJ is about 14. So I expected him to go before Sunny. So it was very shocking. And, once again, it's thrown. But the kids kept telling me, they've got Tazzy, who is a little paunchy. And they kept telling me, you need to get yourself a dog now. Don't get any more cats. Get a dog. And I was thinking I wanted a little fuzzy thing, But, okay, that's enough. Hush. I ended up with two brothers. So let me show you who they are. Come here. Come here. Come on. This is Scooby. He's got the floppy ears and everything. And then the little one here is Nugget. He's got the darker nose, little face. He's the sweetheart. He's the one that also causes more trouble. But this one is the big guy, and he's just constantly into something. He's always talking, always moving. So they were born April 2025. So they are just now, what would that be? 4, 8, 9 months. They're going on 9 months old. So that's where my life is right now. As for retirement, I've got some plans, but it's nothing that I'm going to stress about. I'm not going to do any big traveling because my travel buddy's gone now. I might do some local day trips with a friend that I'm reconnecting with, but any long cruises or anything like that, I probably won't do anymore. I'd like to get a piano and teach myself how to play again. I did that as a teenager and really enjoyed it. I have started cross-stitching again, and that's why I'm on here today, is to show you what I've been doing. So with that said, let's get to it. So I started working on something. I found this on the primitive hair, and it's called the Yule hair, which I just fell in love with this little bunny. I thought he was so cute. Uh-oh. Well, I don't see my board. So I started him, and I work at least 15 minutes a day. I'm not pushing. I'm not worrying about, I have to get so much done. I'm just going slow, taking it easy, and doing what I can. So I love this fabric I also got from her. And it goes with. So see there, you can see my little bunny head that I've got working. So I've got, I'm working up into his ears here, and then a little bit of his body back here, and then I'll have the greenery around his neck. So it's going to take me a bit because I'm not working very fast, but I just thought he was so pretty. Look at the detail in there. It's a lot of confetti stitch, but I'm getting it done, and that's the important part. So I've got that going. And then I've decided I'm not really going to do, I'm not going to do a whip parade for you or, you know, anything like that because, well, let's face it, they're all whips over there. You know, there's too many of them. So I just went through and picked out some that I think I like right now and I want to work on. As I sit and think about it more, there are others that I'd like to do. Look, this is, everybody shows their bags. This is a beautiful bag that Judy Starkey made. Look at the inside, beautiful roses. I like hers because they've got the flap to hold it in, easy access, and the little button. But my flosses are all the beautiful pinks and blues in here. Blues, those are green, sorry. And I am doing My Love by Madame Chantilly. I started that a few months ago and I couldn't get into it, so I want to try to do it again. I made a very, very small start on this. Let's see, where is this even? I don't even know where it is, so I'd have to figure that out. I believe it's right in the center. So I've just got a few stitches on there. This fabric is a cashel linen called Fantasy by Silk Weaver. I thought it was really pretty. I'm sure because I did start in the middle, this is not going to be all that large. I'll have fabric left over at the top and the bottom. So that will be nice that I can continue on with that. But I think I'm going to work on the rabbit and this one mainly right now. Some others that I think I would like to look at. I pulled one for each season that I think I want to use. I want to finish. I had started these previously, and they just kind of got pushed to the wayside. I got tired. I ran out of steam. Whatever you want to say. I was done. So this first one is Snowy Christmas, Quaker Style by RETM. I've always loved this one. I think it's so cute. I love all of the Quaker detail in that, and then the little deer on top. And again, haven't got very far. I just got the one. Okay, I'm doing it this direction. So I'll have more over here that I'll need to do, but I've got the one Quaker in, and I've moved up to start on the next one. So, and that was right over here, and I've moved up to do this little snowflake there, if you can see that. So that's one I'd like to see some progress on. Oop. Oh, I got thread out there. Okay. And the next one is one my daughter-in-law started on. It's from the Sweetheart Tree. And this one is Teeny Tweeny, Tiny Thistle. Whoops, sorry about that. This is a Sweetheart Tree, and it's this thistle, which I think is really pretty. She put a little bit of work in on it, and then I decided to pick it up and start working again. So I've got the middle part of the thistle done. You can see here. got the basic of it done. And now I need to add the crown and then go back and add the extra pieces around the outside. I do have that pearl too to add at the bottom. I don't think the little flowers are in there, so I'm going to have to figure out something for that. But that's another one that shouldn't take all that long to finish up, but you just never know. Sorry for the crinkle. Okay, and then here's another Judy bag. The birds, I think, are so gorgeous with the inside. So this is a fall piece that I'd like to do. It's the Nebby needle, and this is every leaf. I didn't take things out of the plastic because I thought it might be easier. But I have not started on this yet. I plan to use this check that I've got. It's from Weeks Dye Work, gingham straw. I thought that the tree, this would look really pretty on here. I thought it would give it just something a little bit different, make it look nice. You know, and I really enjoy working on the ginghams. I think they add to the pieces just like the overdyes do. So that's one I would like to see some work in progress on. And then the last I have here, this is another gingham. Oh, I have a couple of projects in here, it looks like. This is from Barbary Row, the letter N. That's what I'd like to do. And it says N is for, I don't know, I can't read that. N is for noteworthy. So I've got a blue in here for that. I've got a cream because it shows it on cream. And then I had a wild thought maybe I'd like the yellow check. So once I start working, I'll have to figure out what it is I really want to do it on. And that's on another specialty bag that I got from, all of my bags pretty much are from Judy Starkey. You can find her on Facebook. But this nature-inspired one with a pretty insert. So that's my plans. I don't know if you have watched or not, but I found a new Flosstuber called Dutch. Oh, I lost her name now. I wonder if I could find it real quick. I'm sitting by my computer. A Dutch Stitcher. And she did this design, which I knew I had already had. I've got it and have it, you know, over in my stash, but I hadn't worked on it yet. It's from Al Forrest Embroidery, and it is the Moon Deer. She finished this. She changed the colors just a tiny bit and has it all framed up now and displayed in her room. It is beautiful. So that's something I really want to work on, you know, locate everything and get this thing done. But that's going to be another big one. Another big one that I have that I'd like to do work on is my Dutch sampler. I haven't worked on that for ages, and it deserves some love too. But I tell you, I was watching somebody and they started showing some designs that they were doing. So I had to go out and look and then buy. So I do have two pieces of stash here. This one is from Samplers and Primitives, the floral band sampler. Look at this. I think it is just beautiful. Look at those flowers and the borders. That is just so gorgeous. So that's one that's got to be in the works somewhere. And then the other one I got was Noel Band Sampler. And I've been looking at this one for a while. I love the little deer there. Look at the little house in the woods with the Noel. The specialty borders all through it. I just think that is gorgeous. So that's another one I have plans to work on. So, well, honestly, I think that's it for now. I figured this would be fairly short because I elected not to do the big whip parade. I am thinking of doing something though, and I might start on this today. You know, when you get a pattern and you get all excited and you get it all kitted up, and then you put it in your stash to hold to work on. And it seems to reside there for ages. And then you go get something else and you can't find the flosses you know you bought because they're already in another kit someplace. So I am very seriously thinking about pulling those out and unkitting everything that I have not started stitching on, so that I'd have all the flosses there and available for anything that I'd want to start working on. So that'll be a big job, but I think that's something I'm going to do. Pardon me. But that'll be it for today. I so appreciate your joining me. Please, if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe so you get to the next one. I am thinking probably every 2 weeks will be about when I do this now. So, excuse me. So, from my house to your house, have a great day. Brightest blessings.